significant other coming in really represents something that they is a threat to them, something that is a threat to them and the time that they get to have with their parent, in that home. It's a significant fear that they have. It's super annoying, right? In a selfish way, it's like, God damn, like, are you ever going to let me like be me, Same time, I keep trying to tell myself it's a real, valid, significant fear that all kids feel. How can I not cater to it, but how can I help them not be afraid? Because that's my job as a parent, right? As a mom and a single mom. It's my only job. I don't share this role with anyone. It's to help them not be afraid, help them feel secure and loved, right? And what does that look like? I have a home for them. I keep them in the same schools. I, provide things. I love on them. I'm not perfect. I could probably love them more, but also in addition, I help them not live in fear, right? I don't bring men around. I don't subject them to, like, I don't know, creeps, someone that could hurt them, or, somebody that just like represents like not part of our family, I don't do that. That's what my job is, to help them feel secure. And it doesn't mean I can't date. It just means I have to do it sensibly, and I have to do it the right way. And I have to put dicks on a shelf because if I kind of cross them over and start putting sex life with dating, it definitely can be dangerous. That's what we'll say. Dicks and dating equals dangerous. Triple D. So, I don't know, ladies. I wanted to get your opinions on this one. I'm freely opening it up to you guys if you want to drop me a line at Single Mom Survive and Thrive on my Facebook. Drop me a story, drop me a note. I always get your messages and respond. As you ladies know who've messaged me, I always message you right back. I am a human, I promise. But I would love to hear your stories about anything dating related. If you want to come on and we can talk on this podcast, then let's do it. Tell me some of your funny dating stories. I want to hear some. I have got some funny ones, actually. One of them, I'll tell you. A guy I met online. I went to his, we met and had dinner halfway between where we live, and it was cool. Second time we went, he said, come to my house. He lived out in the high desert. I was like, sure. So I get there and it's like, 4 PM, and we go for a ride on his bike. And then he's like, let's go pick up my daughter from school. I was like, daughter? It's like, yeah, I'm a 16-year-old. I was like, what? I'll just wait here. He's like, no, come with me. And I was like, no. He's like, come with me. I was like, why? And he was like, well, she needs to know, I need to know if she likes you or not. Otherwise I can't date anyone. I was like, what? I was like, that's weird, dude. But anyway, I went with him anyway, and we picked her up, and she was like, all like, fuck is this? It was just so weird. And then a couple hours go by, and he's like, let's get dinner. And then he asked his daughter, what do you want from the sushi place, babe? To his daughter. I was like, what? She's having dinner with us? And then she's like, oh, I'll get salmon, whatever. And then he goes, call your mom, see what she wants too. And I was like, your mom? I was like, what? I guess his ex-wife lives a few doors down, and he was inviting her over too, and it's like a big old happy family because he's a fireman, and he goes away for 5 weeks and comes home for 2, and he's trying to fit dating in the middle of it and just see if I slide right in, right? And I was like, no, this is weird as fuck, right? And so thankfully mom didn't come over, but we had dinner anyway, just me and him and his daughter, right? It was so weird. Then we took her to some house, and she slept over with it. Anyway, I was weirded out. And the third time he was like, come to my house. And I was like, all right. And I thought honestly that shit wouldn't happen again, but he tried doing that shit again. He was like, let's go for a ride. My daughter. I was like, no. Well, we did anyway. And then he was like, let's go get dinner with my daughter. I was like, look, I pulled him in the garage, and he had a man cave. I said, I'm not going to do this. If you guys want to hang out, totally get it. You've only been here a couple of weeks and you need time with her. I'm going to go home. And he's like, no, stay. I was like, no, it's weird. And this is not making me comfortable, nor is it making her comfortable. This is bizarre. I've just met you. And so anyway, I ended up staying, and then like I never saw him again. But I was just like, who the fuck does that on their first date or two, It's like, meet my 16-year-old. Come on, let's see if we all blend. I'm like, no, that shit was so weird. Oh, but I've had some funny stories like that. But that was my weirdest dating situation. Outside of that, he was fun though. We would like ride in the razors, and he took me on a motorcycle ride. It was just, that shit was weird. And then I had sex with him too at the end of it, which was not good. And that wasn't even great. And anyway, a little too private, but and it was just a bust. It was like a bad D word situation across the board, right? mommy messed up on that one. But thankfully I didn't see him again, so that's fine, or hear from him. So it was just one of those stories for the storybooks. But I want to know what your guys' dating stories are. I've heard some funny ones from my friends too, and it's not easy, and you're like, I had some friends at church that were like, oh, when I go on dates, I take my little kids with me because I need them to see, they're a package deal. I'm like, who brings their kids into it? I don't know. Some people have old school, thoughts on that, and I get it. But for me, it's like, keep your kids away. Like, come on now. No. I hate when I meet a guy, or I've seen a guy online and the pictures look good, and then you meet them in person, they look different. I've had my friend Jen, she went on a date a while back, and she said he looked so different. She felt like she was catfished, and she ended up going to the bathroom for and then like sneakily getting a taxi and she told that story. She ran off. Sometimes you don't know what you're gonna face, right? Kind of rude for them to like misrepresent themselves. It's like you feel lied to or something. But yeah, and then let's just talk about dicks again for a moment. The other problem with dicks is when they're big. That's the other thing that blinds you as well. So be careful about that. It's, the good news about sleeping with different dudes and experiencing different situations is you kind of learn like what you don't like. And then you learn how important it is to make sure that's all good before you like get serious with somebody. But at the same time, it can also like warp your view of sex. And like one guy I met one night and we had sex, and it was the worst experience. It's so small. It actually scarred me like for life. I was like, I don't want to have sex again for a long time. And then the other way around, you have like this big dick guy that you think you like because the sex is so good, and you realize I'm dating a loser right now. I mean, it could be really bad if you just let those things get in the way. I'm just saying, enough about dicks. All I'm saying is that the topic of sex and dating is really challenging as a single mom. But hear my advice, ladies or men, whatever. Do it slow. Take it slow. Be safe and wary for your kids' sake. And don't bring all that around your kiddos. Date like later. Take a while before you go there. And when you do, just keep it away from your kids as a whole separate thing. And just get things out of your system, yes. But just be careful about having sex too soon. It blinds you. Be careful about getting serious too soon. It's not healthy. Just be careful with the dating situation in general. Be really wise. Always tell a friend where you're at if you date somebody for the first time. There's so many things that could go wrong too. You have to be careful. We've got kids to be thinking about. And for a single, like, we're their everything, So anyway, back to my point is, if you want to send me a note, tell me some funny stories. I'm all ears. I want to hear about it. And I'm sure that other people would love to get a good giggle too. And I'll share it on the next episode. So my last piece of advice is go outside in the sunshine and get some nice vitamin D to your skin. Be healthy. Have fun. Take things slow. Just be a great single mom and rock it, okay? Out there, or a single dad too. Just be careful and lean on your friends. Ask your friends their opinions and just take their opinions to heart, because it's important. We need to get good perspectives. Sometimes we do not have the right perspective on things. Read books. Go to your counselor. Ask good friends about things. And don't rush into decisions, because it's up to us to keep our lives down to the ground, for our kids' sake. Okay, so have fun out there, guys, and be careful with that D word. Okay, until next time, bye bye.